Now, the third case, we wish that background property, color property, or the rest of those things, those text align justify property or this padding thing, everything comes down to the next adjacent paragraph into our document, which is practically lying outside div class of content holder, but none of the paragraphs or rest of the paragraphs, whether it is inside this individual div or outside, they won't be following any definite set of properties which we had depicted into our style.css. In an order to do so, the next thing that we are going to do, first of all, let's comment this thing out here again. So we have commented it off, and if we head back to our project reload, we can see that the paragraphs here right now, they are not following any set of properties as we had commented out both these individual selectors over here. Now in the next case, we will be using another set of property here. Instead of this arrow sign, which specified that the paragraph element is a direct child or sibling of this individual class name or selector name here, content holder, we are going to use, instead of this arrow sign, we are going to use this plus. So what it does signify? Let's check it out. Press Ctrl S, head back to our project and reload. And now we can see that the immediate or the adjacent paragraph element of this individual div element using the class content holder is having all the properties like this red color and the text color turning into white, a definite padding property, and text align justify. So all of these properties are being applied to the immediate or the adjacent paragraph element lying outside this div element. So this is what this individual selector is doing. It is practically turning the immediate or following paragraph element of this individual div class content holder, forcing them to follow these individual sets of properties right over here. This is the adjacent sibling selector in this particular case, the purpose of which is to apply some set of CSS rules into the immediate or following element outside a definite or particular div. Now if we wish to apply the same set of rules to all the paragraph elements lying outside the div element, then all we need to do, first of all, copy this thing and comment it out. So here it goes. Head back to your project, reload, and we can see that every single CSS properties are being practically removed. Now head back to text editor. Let's paste it, and instead of plus sign here, we will be using, so press Ctrl S. And now what it is going to do, it is going to apply these properties into these individual paragraph elements lying outside the div content holder. So if we now reload, we can see that the same thing happens here. All of these paragraph elements present outside the div element content holder is following the definite set of CSS properties which we assigned into our CSS file, the style.css, but any kind of paragraph elements which are inside the same particular div, the same assigned div, we can see those are practically not following at all any kind of CSS properties as been mentioned into our style.css. So this is another kind of selector which is being used in this particular case, and this kind of selectors, those are practically known as General Sibling Selectors. So this is the general sibling selector. As we had told you previously that there are 4 type of complex selectors which has been used in CSS. So the first one is the Descendant Selector. As we had mentioned earlier, this is the perfect example of Descendant Selector, where this individual paragraph element is a direct descendant of this div class content holder. In the next case, these kind of selectors are known as, the next one is the general adjacent, I hope this is the spelling here, selector, and in the last case this is known as the general sibling selectors as been specified. So here are the 4 type of selectors which has been discussed here. In the next case, we will be knowing about something additional, something very interesting, which is known as the nth selector or nth type of selectors, which has been used widely into CSS. So hope you guys have liked this tutorial. If you guys have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below. Hope to see you guys into our next tutorial. Till then, bye.